Shanae Lawrence, the Jamaican, went in the discus final. She didn't get what she hoped for, but she lived to fight another day. While 3 Caribbean countries have put men on the medal podium in the 400 meters hurdles, Karen McMaster looking to put the BVI there as well. And the question, the big question, can Elaine Thompson lead home a Caribbean 1-2-3 in the women's 200 meters final? Or the Bahamians would say, can Shawnee Miller-Weber lead home a Caribbean 1-2-3 in the women's 200 meters final? Whatever is certain, or what is certain though, is that everything suggests the United States, Ivory Coast, will not get there, and the Caribbean women will decide who the medalists will be in that massive, massive race set to be contested hours from now. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Tokyo Prime, the evening edition. My name is George Davis. I'm working out alongside, almost said Elaine Thompson but Pauline Elaine Davis Thompson and Aileen Bailey. Aileen, what's your middle name?
May.
Aileen May Bailey?
Yes.
M-A-E or M-A-Y?
M-A-E.
M-A.
E. Yeah.
M-A-E.
Yeah.
I'm bright. I must have gone to a good high school, yeah? So, and the man over there in Trinidad and Tobago working out with us is Anil Roberts. Anil, what's your middle name?
Oswald Eustace. I have 2.
Oswald Eustace. That's O-S-W-A-L-D-E-U-S-T-A-C-E.
Wow, your teachers will be proud of you. You're an A student, George Davis.
Your parents had visions of grandeur, my friend.
I believe so. It shows my age. That's called old school names. Dr. Eric Eustace Williams.
No, I'm correcting you, my friend. That's not old school. That's very old school. All right, welcome to the show today, Adele. Welcome, Aileen. Welcome, Pauline. All right, so we have a guest in from the IMC commentary booth. I'll tell you who that is in short order. But, it's all about some big events today for the Caribbean. The 800 meters final is coming up where Goule will carry the English-speaking Caribbean's flag. The 200 meters, it's a stacked field. We know who the suspects are. We have to talk about the men's 400 meters hurdles final, the men's 400 meters final where there is strong Caribbean representation as well. And it's just beautiful to see the Olympic Games come together in this way, where track and field has started and the Caribbean's best have come to the fore. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you, the U.S. have only won 1 gold medal in track and field thus far. Only 1, and that was a woman named Allman who won the discus event where Shanae Lawrence, the Jamaican, finished down the pack. So only 1 gold medal in track and field for the mighty USA thus far. It tells you just how well this Caribbean region has done so far, because we have that gold medal already. Stephen Gardner is coming up, Miller-Weber is coming up, Thompson is coming up, Natoya Goule is coming up. So many more chances to get there. The US, apart from the 400 meters hurdles for women, don't look as dominant as you would have expected them to be. And we should be proud of what we've achieved. But enough of that. Enough of talk from me. Let me get to you now. Let's talk, Aileen, about the 200 meters final for women. You weren't here this morning when we had a preliminary discussion. Anil, Pauline, Maurice Wignall was here as well.
Okay.
The lane assignments have been made. Shawnee is drawn widest of all. Elaine right in the middle at a good point. People are saying world record. Where do you sit? World record plus gold, or you just take gold and be satisfied?
I think the world record is in sight, because Shelly has eyes on everyone, so she's gonna go, and Elaine is gonna try to not get caught, and then Shawnee is not gonna try to get caught. So it's everybody's gonna be going hard, and it's the strongest of the lot is gonna come out victorious. But if Elaine is pushed, yeah, definitely, I think maybe 3 of them might go 21-5.
21-5?
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we go further, let's look at the lane assignments once again. We spoke about them earlier today.
She jogged 22-6.
So we have Kambunji in lane 2, Gabby Thomas in 3, Fraser Price 4, Mboma in 5, whom Anil will not speak about, Talu in 6, Elaine Thompson in 7, Maselingi in 8, and Miller-Weber out there in lane 9. Since your predictions earlier this morning, Pauline, have you had a I'm sure you've had a nap. You've had some time to contemplate. You've had some time to look at the percentages. Have you changed your mind about who will win the gold medal in this event? Because I swear I heard you say that Miller Weibo will win that gold medal. As a Jamaican, I'm trying to prevail upon you. Have you changed your mind, or are you steadfast that your Bahamian brilliant woman will win this race?
George, 242 to the world, baby. If I'm sure, I expect for Shanae to bring the gold home for the Bahamas.
Yes.
I already told you. We're getting the Junkanoo drums warmed up.
Yes.
The cowbells are getting ready. And everyone already have their whistle, baby. So, yeah, it's going to the 242, baby.
Yeah. Out there in lane 9. Adil, you've had some time to even refine your comments made earlier today, and I'm sure you would have been crunching some numbers, looking at the variance and the deviation from the norm and all of these things. You've been putting Pythagoras' theorem to work. The square and the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. All of those things have gone into your calculations, my friend. With the benefit of time, what are you saying about the likely medalists in this event, and why?
Well, the time has only proven the theory correct. One beautiful thing about sport is that it is science-based, it's physiology-based, it's performance-based, it's mentality-based. They're all going to have to run 200 meters at slightly different angles because they're running around a curve. There are certain things that you need to look at. What are the strengths and what are the weaknesses of individual athletes? Fraser Price, who's on the inside. Kambunji, unlucky. She'll be solid for 4th, 5th, 6th, somewhere there, because that lane running that tight curve on the inside would put her out of it. But Fraser Price, with the best start of the lot, is going to be hungry. She's going to be hard. She's a champion. She's going to fly the fastest 125 meters in history. But unfortunately, she's on the wrong end of a taper. And I don't think she'll be able to maintain that speed and relax and carry it to the full 200. So she will decelerate. The lady who is in peak performance, peak form, her coaching staff, her management, her physiotherapist, her massage therapist have done everything right. If the rain holds up and that track is dry and the wind is still, Elaine Thompson Hera will remove Flojo with her long nails, her one-leg tights out of the record books, because the Bahamian queen, the one to reigner of female running, the smoothest, silkiest lady, the greatest 400-meter female runner I have ever seen technically, will be running frightened out on the outside. But her start is not that good. It takes long for a tall lady to get going. Elaine Thompson will run up on her. Miller Weibo will mash gas, and that is the spark that will ignite the world record. Elaine Thompson, world record. Miller Weibo, silver. Fraser Price, bronze. Gabby Thomas, 4th. Next time, good lady, intelligent, beautiful, but she just bounced up some Caribbean queens, and I'll be jumping into the sea outside there to do some body surfing.
Hear you on that, my friend. Hear you on that. Aileen, people have been saying Shawnee Miller Weibo's start isn't the greatest. But what if Shawnee Miller Weibo gets a brilliant start in that 200 meters final? What then happens to the makeup, the makeup of the race?
Did they not see her start in the first round? She has worked on it, because I've never seen her gotten out that well. I don't know what happened in the semis if it changed, but the first round, her start was on point. So if she gets that, it's gonna be a race to the line.
Yeah.
And knowing Coach Brahman, they're like literally working on getting that right now.
Yeah, let's look at a couple of other athletes in this field, though, Pauline. People seem to not be factoring in the likelihood of this woman on screen getting amongst the medals. Marie-Josée Talu, are we wrong to look beyond her and just focus on the three-headed Caribbean monster?
Yeah. We're wrong for looking beyond her, but the issue that I have with Talu is that I think she runs too hard through the rounds. you cannot go so hard through the run because you have to save something for the final, George. And she looks like every round she's running like pretty much like all out. I don't know if she's running for medal or not, but at the end of the day, that's what matters the most. Even if you break a world record, it's meant to be broken. But once you have your medal, no one can take it away from you. So I don't know what Miss Talu is doing exactly, but I'm thinking she's expending too much energy through those rounds, and that could be a factor for her in the final.
All right, let's hear from Talu herself after that semifinal run.
Marie-José Talu, what a beautiful run, 22:11 season's best.
Yeah.
You're looking wonderful. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm enjoying, running is something that I like to do. This is my happy place in the track. So every time that I step here, I'm just happy because I meet always some beautiful ladies who come and do them dreams. So I'm just happy, yeah.
You're so admired around the world, especially in our part of the world, the Caribbean, that you're so into your country, Côte d'Ivoire. You do all your training there.
Yeah.
And it's working for you, huh?
Yeah, because I have the best team. I have a good coach who is like my father and some good support there. So yeah, it worked great, yeah.
In Rio, just edged out for a medal in both the 100 and 200. Can you make your way onto the podium this year?
I hope to. I am praying God to not be the same things like Rio, like in the 100 meter last time. I'm just hoping to be in the good shape tomorrow and fight to come with something, yeah.
You're running beautifully. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anil, there are so many similarities between humans, human sprinters and racehorses. Some racehorses thrive on racing frequently and running hard each time. Some humans, as you made the point when you were talking about the swimmers, need to be drilled all the time. Others need to have a light workout plan. Some people see Talu and say, well, as Pauline mentioned, she runs so hard through the rounds that maybe when it comes to the finals, she doesn't have anything left. Maybe she needs to be a bit more conservative. But could it not be, my friend, that she thrives on running hard each time she goes out there? That's just how she is. That's what her makeup supports. And running hard does not put her at a disadvantage relative to her rivals?
Well, the one problem with that theory, while you may be correct, Pauline Fraser is absolutely correct. You cannot, at this stage in track and field, at the speed that these ladies are going, and we don't overlook anyone. Understand that Talu is great. In another Olympics, if this Olympic woman's field was like the men's 100, Talu would have won. But this is the greatest female representation of brilliance ever put together in one place at one time. So when I say that she may be fourth or fifth, it's not disrespect. She will have three of the greatest ever in history that may beat her. Now, she cannot continue to do this because yes, you may need to run hard. Some people need to run hard, but your body will not recover. Every time you hit maximum speed, you tear microfibers in your muscles. That's where if you have exercised in the gym, 48 hours later, you can't get out of bed if you overdo it. That's because you have torn your fibers, torn them and they're bleeding, and 48 hours later, it's called delay onset muscle soreness. And unless you repeat the exercise, you remain sore and you won't be able to exercise again. Every time you run around hard, you tear fibers. So the bunch of muscles is getting weaker and weaker. So if she runs 3 hard rounds in 100, comes in the round 1, round 2, by the final, her fibers are torn. No amount of ice, no amount of massage could help her. So I think that's where you need a coach to say, listen to me. You are ready, because it shows a little bit of insecurity. If you need to run all the time and see the clock and know that you've done well, that's mental insecurity, which leads you to work too hard. And when you're coming up against this field, brother man, you need to just rest, pray, and bring it all at the right time.
Hear you on that. The verdict according to St. Eustace of the Clan Roberts from Trinidad and Tobago. We take a break here on Tokyo Prom, the evening edition. Back with more after these. Many people are convinced that this woman has the gold medal sewn up in the 200 meters at these Olympic Games, making her the first woman to repeat as double sprint champion at in the history of the Olympic Games. So, Aileen Bailey, I come back and I ask you this question. Gold, for many people, if everything happens normal in the race, no mishaps, people say, well, the gold medal, Elaine Thompson here. We know that Pauline has a different idea because she's saying, yeah, Shawnee Miller-Weaver, that's fine. She's chasing 21.33. The record, 21.34. Is it conceivable that that will happen? The occasion, the quality of the opposition, the fact that she has so much running under her belt already. If we are to believe Anil Roberts, he spoke about microfibers being torn. She ran 3 rounds of the 100 meters, including the final in 10.61 seconds on the Olympic record. She's done 2 rounds of the 200 meters already. Anil Roberts has said, and I'm using his argument to put you in a tough spot, because he says this is the greatest bunch of female sprinters assembled in the history of the 100 meters and the 200 meters, and it would be hard-pressed to find an opinion saying that he's wrong. So when Elaine has conquered all of that up to this point, does she still have it in her legs to eclipse 21.34?
I mean, it's all about how, like, what they did yesterday with recovery, massage, ice bath, refueling her body with protein, because protein helps repair your muscles. So, so based on that, she should be fine today. And then she's capable. She understands the rounds, and she did it 2016, so she knows what to do. So she should be fine.
Yeah. Remember, it's not just to win the gold medal. I'm talking specifically about 21.33 as the magic mark.
I mean, if conditions, it's the condition 20. Ooh, that's sticky. Yeah.
It's the point I'm making.
Yeah, the 21.3 stones. Yeah, it's sticky right now. But you never know, in these, with the correct wind behind them, proper conditions. We never know, and she's going to be pushed. So we'll just see. But my thing, I feel like 21.5 for the least, but the 3 is kind of steep.
Pauline Davis-Thompson, let's be straight with the viewers here. It wasn't competition that pushed Flojo to 21.34.
Breeze.
Right? So let's accept that. Let's put that out there. So, I don't want us to say, well, there's competition for Shawnee. If Shawnee wins gold, or Elaine who wins gold, and the competition will push her there, as if it's the competition that pushes you to that height. It wasn't competition that pushed Bolt to 9.58 or 19.19. It was just greatness. Flojo, we won't give her the same descriptor because, there are other things we can say. So if, as you say, Pauline, Shawnee Miller-Weaver wins the gold medal here, is it that you expect her to clip the world record as well, or you'll just be satisfied with gold?
Well, I will be satisfied with gold. If she breaks the world record, that'll be a bonus, and we'll accept that too.
Does she have it to break the world record?
Shawnee is a very, very gifted young woman. She's extremely talented. She's a gazelle. She's nice, she's tall, she has those long legs, and everyone knows in track and field, the taller the athletes are, the better they're going to be. And so she has the physique to do it. She has the talent to do it.
Is she in shape to do it?
I just don't know if she's gonna do it at this Olympic Games, because she's not only running the 200 meters, she's also going to be running the 400 meters. She has a heat in the 400 meters before she runs this 200 meter final. That could be a slight problem. So I would not go to say she would break the world record, but I still believe that she has it within her to become the Olympic
You
gold
wanted to add
medalist.
something, Aileen, because I'm going to Anil next.
Oh, no, it's the 400 that she running this man and popped into my head. I was
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah, the 400
For
round.
Shawnee.
Yeah, for Shawnee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's kind of rough. But I don't know. Her and her coaches had the schedule from day one. And she pretty much was training with the male sprinters in Florida. So I felt that he's been getting her prepped for this double duty today. Yeah.
Anil Roberts, I've seen your essay, and I've noted your justification for the final answer that you've given. And I've used that justification, or those justifications, to pose you another question, my friend. 5 runs under her belt already. Yes, she has recovered very well after each run, Mrs. Thompson-Herah has. But if I'm to use the qualifier for what you've said about the effect of running fast on the body. Isn't it a long shot to think that Mrs. Thompson-Herah will go 21.34 or faster in this Olympic 200 meters women's final?
If the conditions are right on this track, she will go 21.26 and obliterate that record. To use my exact analogy and scientific analysis, Elaine Thompson-Herah has only run one race so far. Remember, you tear fibers when you push yourself to the max. The first round of the 100, she jogged 10:78. The semifinal, she ran 60 meters and shut down. The first round of the 200, she ran comfortably, too comfortably. I didn't like that. She just came in third. I didn't like that one, but it's very smart. So she didn't run. She didn't tear fibers running at 60%. You tear fibers 85, 90% when you're trying to go 100% like what Talu does. So she's run one race. So this is going to be her second race. And she has the greatest field of all time. Usain Bolt breaking a world record does not need competition because Usain Bolt was a legacy runner, a type of athlete who changes the trajectory and the entire sport for life. Nobody thought that such a tall man could get up and sprint in 9 seconds to run anything. And he did that. He had the core strength, the coordination, the brilliance, the fast twitch fibers to do that. So he carried the record where no one envisaged it could ever be. He did not require competition. This FloJo record, for many reasons of which we won't go in now, is one of the hardest records on the book. So you need the perfect storm to address it. And I'm saying in Tokyo right now, Elaine Thompson's coach got it right. She has the top speed, she has the conditioning, she has the cardiovascular capacity, she has the ability to recover, she's drawn the perfect lane, she's on the fastest track in the history of the Olympics, she's got on the outside one of the greatest runners of all time, she's got one on the inside, the mummy rocket coming. It sets up perfectly. If it is ever going to happen, it's going to happen now. If it does not happen now, we'll never see that record broken.
I hope my producer is not upset with me, but let me ask you one more thing before I move to Shelley and Fraser-Price specifically. Usually, Anel Roberts, we see ultra-fast times in one-off races. So a man or a woman turns up for a Diamond League meet, warms up, zips, fantastic time, packs up, goes home. That's without the strain of runs under their belt. Now, I know you say, in real terms, Elaine Thompson-Herah has only run one race at the Olympics so far. But at points in her previous races, she has hit a top speed, even fleetingly, that is near to the maximum top speed she hit in that final. That would have caused some damage, however micro in nature that damage might be. And the fact is, regardless of damage caused, my friend, it is still miles on the clock. So I'm saying the body is not as fresh as it was when she lined up at the start for the first 100 meters heat to start her Olympic program. With that staleness factored in, my friend, are you still steadfast that 21.34 will be consigned to the history books and will be anointing a new queen of world sprinting?
Yes, because you've made sense. But here's the counter argument. If she were to run with the same mental state in her very first run, then she would have been physiologically fresher. Her muscles would have been firing all best, all perfect. However, great performances are twofold: physiology and psychology. The psychology of winning and holding on to her title and winning and breaking the Olympic record in the 100 meters has lifted her mental ability, her confidence, her self-esteem, her belief in herself. That takes it, overcompensates for the slight bit of tiredness, and brings it together for a world record.
Hear you on that. You're steadfast in your point. Let me move to Shelley and Fraser-Price, Aileen Bailey. Are we saying then that some people in this 200 meters final for women will have to perhaps underperform for Mommy Rocket to win? Is that what we're saying?
Oh no, we can't diss Mommy Rocket like that. She's won a 200 before, so she knows how to, and she's learned from the 100 what she needs to do, and she just have to hold composure. It's going to be like I said, it's going to be down to the line, her, Elaine, and Shawnee. It's going to be down to the line, and I mean, they've been giving away 2 gold medals. You know, we can start it out for the Caribbean and get like 3, but it's going to be down to the line, and it's, like I said, it's the toughest and the fittest that's going to survive.
Yeah.
And I can't count out Shelly, because Shelly looks amazing, and as long as she gets her start, get off all she has to do is cover baby girl in front of her, and baby girl out in front of her runs like a runaway train, so it will help. She will pull Shelly along, which we need, because we don't want Shawnee and Elaine to get too far, and then it's down to the wire.
Yep.
As long as Shelly holds form.
Yeah, Elaine Bailey has renamed Talu Baby Girl. That's fine. That's fine. Let's hear from Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She spoke with Alex Jordan after her semi-final run.
You look like you enjoy your running. Did you enjoy that race?
No, I didn't. It looked that way, but I didn't.
Talk me through
The
it.
200 is always very hard, first of all. It takes a lot of, commitment from me. I always have to commit whenever I run the 200. But, I'm glad that I was able to make it to the finals and give myself an opportunity to challenge for the medals.
Yeah, you couldn't tell you weren't enjoying it. Have you been resting? How have you been feeling between the big night on the weekend and now?
I'm honestly tired. To run the double is very difficult. So I'm glad that I was able to do it comfortably and get to the finals.
We look forward to seeing you then.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Pauline, she says it was difficult. It looked comfortable visually to us watching on, but she really had to put something into it. It was difficult. Articulate for me what the difficulty she would have been speaking about is.
Pretty much, George, when you run the 200 meters, you're pretty much running all out. You are sprinting all out for 200 meters. The curve is a factor. So you're coming around that curve, and it's designed to slow you down, but you're trying to get around it get around that curve as quickly as you can. And so therefore, you literally are sprinting at top speed all out in that 200 meters. And so it makes you tired. And if you do it several times, your body's going to feel the aches and pain. That is what Shelly-Ann is speaking about. And on top of that, Shelly-Ann already ran 3 rounds of the 100 meters. And that hurt. And now she was back up the next day running the first run of the 200 meters. It's a difficult race. The 200 meter, first of all, it's a difficult race to run. It's half of a 400 meters, but still, you literally have to pretty much run all out if you wanna win.
Yeah.
Win the goal.
Yeah, Anil Roberts, I'm gonna want to hear you on the Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce interview. Something she said, which I'm sure would have perked up your antenna. Want to hear your perspective after this break. This is Tokyo Prime, the evening edition. Well, the English-speaking Caribbean have never won a medal in the 800 meters for women at the Olympics. The Spanish-speaking Caribbean have 2, Cuba, through Ana Fidelia Quiro. Here goes Natoya Goule, though, trying to create history for herself and for CARICOM as she runs in that 800 final. She has some big rivals to race, including the woman drawn in lane 3. The lane doesn't really matter. It's just where she'll start from. Ating Mu from the United States, who is as smooth as grease, a silky operator. But Goule has something special. And you know what? Anil Roberts is a big believer in the abilities of the Jamaican. Welcome back to Tokyo Prime, the evening edition. Anil, I did promise to give you a bite of that cherry concerning Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's interview after the 200 meters. But stay with me. Be disciplined and wait until the end of this segment for us to deal with that. Let's deal with Natoya Goule in this 800 meters final. I want to hear you tactically on what you expect to happen once the gun goes and how you expect the medals to be shared.
Before we get into the tactics, I'm calling upon every English-speaking Caribbean and Spanish-speaking Caribbean person. If you are Anglican, Catholic, Pentecostal, Orisha, Shouta Baptist, Jah Rastafari, Hindu, Muslim, pray. Say a prayer that this Natoya Goule stays in the same mental state that she has been in the first round and the semi-final. If she can maintain that mental state, that confidence, that belief in herself, we are going to see greatness. I told you there are a few athletes in this Olympics that just impress me. As a coach, I would just dream to coach them. Natoya Goule is one of those. She is a class act. Her technique is magnificent. She runs on low-octane fuel while going at high speeds. She has the ability to adjust and change speed. She is intelligent. She knows how not to get boxed in. She can run this 800 in many different ways, which gives a coach the opportunity to plan strategy and to come out. I think that this race, she has to go for gold. To go for gold, she has to take down the monster, the brilliant, beautiful, tall, strong, powerful Ating Mao of USA. This girl is super speed, super fast. But as a coach, I have to look for a little chink in the armor. I have to look for weakness. She is tall. She is bigger. Goule might be 5'3", 5'4", 110 pounds, 108 pounds. Ating Mao might be 130, 135 pounds. I'm just guessing off of the TV. I'm going to make her carry that extra pounds at a greater speed to make her be in pain with 120 meters to go. So I'm going to take it out a little faster. Sub 1 minute. 59 flat, 58.5. Make Mao run. I'm going to set the pace. Maybe I allow Mao to take me onto the first 100 of the second lap to come out, make her run wide, keep her out, making her run a little longer distance. Then, along the back stretch, with 260 meters to go, Goule should mash gas. Tell Mao, let's go. Let's see who can take their heart rates up. Who can take pain, and put Mao and let her know which one of us is willing to die before we reach the line. Natoya Goule, if she uses her Jamaica pride, her Jamaica passion, she could win gold for all of us.
Question for you, my friend. I heard you say 58.5 and my eyes opened wide. They can't really open that wide, but you get the point. 58.5 for the first 400, right? Or 59 and change, 59 low. At some point, though, Anil Roberts, if Natoya Goule employs those tactics, she will definitely need a breather. This is not a motor car after all, where you just go and mash gas, as you say, from start to finish. She will need a breather at some point. Now, stay with me. What point of the race does she take that gas and for how long before she goes again?
From 407 meters when she crosses that into the second lap, bing, bing. She starts to slow down a little bit, take some oxygen, makes Mao go out around her, and maybe allows Mao to go. But as she goes, you keep picking it up don't let Mao get around. So she's running a little extra foot. Every 20 meters, she's running 2 feet extra, and you keep her around there. When you come around the back stretch, midway down the back stretch, end of breather, let's go, bite the metal, take the pain, and know that the last 100 is going to be the most torturous feeling you've ever experienced. But if you're willing to do it, if you believe in yourself, the result will be there, and the gold medal will be around your neck. It's strategy, it's brilliance, it's coaching, but it requires calm. Control the nerves. Think, because that USA Ating Mao is no joke.
Yeah, you need to be in a zen state of mind to pull that off. What say you, Elaine, about Natoya Goule's chances in this 800 meters final of winning gold?
I mean, she looks amazing, and she's not dying like how she usually dies before. She's literally taking control of the race, let everybody else run her race, and then she just pulls away. And that's really good, and that attests to her coaching. So once everything goes well and she avoids that box, Because it's the finals.
Yes.
Like everybody's gonna be running for that first spot, that lane 1 spot. So she just have to make sure that she doesn't get caught up in all that chaos and pushing and shoving. She's tiny and everybody's literally bigger than her. So but then again, Goule gangster. So she's gonna do well. She just has to just follow her routine that she's been doing so far, and she's gonna do great.
What say you, Pauline?
I'm just going to bow down to the 800-meter runners. I'm going to bow down to them. I've done 800-meter training in practice as a sprinter. 800 meters, 4 minutes rest. I wake up at the finishing line, laying on top of Gwen Torrance, my training partner. 3 hours later, both of us wake up. Oh, my God. I'm bowing down to them. That's a very difficult race, George. And, oh, my goodness. All I could do is wish Natoya good luck, the best of everything. But the way she looked in the race, she looked superb. So I do expect her to run a very good time. I'm hoping that time is going to take her to the gold medal on behalf of Jamaica and the Caribbean. So I'm keeping both of my fingers crossed for her. And I say to her, just go and do it, girl.
Yeah. All right, thank you for that. Look, let me just come back to this one more time. So, Anil, I just want to get you right. If we're to go by what Aileen has said, she'd have to accelerate from the start to get pole position, and we're talking literally here, and then control lane 1. And then with the traffic behind her, and everybody will be jostling for that. It's almost like a horse race at a mile and a quarter, when there's a mad sprint to the clubhouse turn to get that inside run so you don't go wide at the quarter bend. She'd have to do the equivalent in this 800 meters. So she'd have to use gas, my friend, to get to pole position and then regulate the pace, as you say. Then she'd have to go 58.5 or 59 low for the first 400 meters based on your race plan that will give her the best chance of the gold medal. And then she'll have to take a breather and then accelerate again. So much acceleration, my friend, in that 800 meters. And that's where I'm kind of wondering if your strategy coach isn't a bit too high risk.
Well, high risk, high rewards. Every time she accelerates and goes back down, yes, it increases the energy output and therefore will create deleterious effects, so lactic acid would build up. But you have to remember the principle. She is smaller, she is fitter, she is ready. Her heart beats the blood around those muscles. You're racing a tall girl. So what you have to let her know is everything that you feel, big girl is feeling it worse. So you have to believe. If you don't believe in the strategy, I think that she's intelligent enough, she's smart enough, she's experienced enough, she's in the zone now, she can take the change of pace. If she settles and allow Ating Mu and all of them to run and just run in the bunch, it's all over, because those big girls will kick around the last 120 and leave her in the wind. It's high risk, but high reward.
Hear you on that, my friend. All right, just before the break, let's go back to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She said something in the interview that, knowing you, I think would have perked your ears. She said she didn't enjoy that semifinal run. Is that transmitting something to you bigger than that race itself, and maybe speak to perhaps her state of mind going to the acid test of the final?
Not a state of mind. That's what I've been saying. There's been diversification in sprinters. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the mommy rocket. Let's work at it. Let's break it down simply. She's a pure out-and-out sprinter. The best starter, let's say her perfect distance right now, we're not talking 8 years ago, her perfect distance is 89 meters. Pure. If there was an 89-meter race, that's her perfection. Smooth in the zone. Elaine Thompson, if there is a perfect distance for her right now, it's 170 meters. And then there's some pain and some tolerance. Miller Weeble, if there was a perfect event for her, will be 275, 300 meters right now will be the perfect distance for perfection. That's the difference in sprinters. So Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, even if she's controlling it, a 200 is torture for her because she's running 110 meters longer than her little mommy rocket wants to go. The mommy rocket just wants to go fast. Elaine Thompson has this 200 because it's called perfection. I will not be talking world record if I did not believe that Elaine Thompson Hira has the perfect chance, the perfect talent, and is in the zone. When you're in the zone, you don't feel no pain.
Yeah, Michael Jordan at Madison Square Garden, pick a night. That's a man in the zone. Thank you very much for that. And then we'll take a break and come back with much more right here on Tokyo Prime, the evening edition. It's the rivalry that many people are licking their chops anticipating. 400 meters hurdles final for men. The Caribbean has representation here. Kieran McMaster, the British Virgin Islander, will run from lane 4. The big men in the race, well, he's among the big men. Rai Benjamin, the man with the strong Antiguan roots. His father, the ex-West Indies pacer, Winston Benji Benjamin. He runs from lane 5. And Karsten Warholm, the Norwegian record holder, is in lane 6. Alison Dos Santos, a man who's been fast this season, is in lane 7. And then another fast man, Abdurrahman Samba from Qatar, is out there in lane 8. So from lanes 4 to 8, absolute dynamite talent. And don't sleep on the man in lane 3 from Turkey, Yasmani Kopelo, who is the bronze medalist from the Rio Games in this same event. This 400 meters hurdles final is going to be one worth waiting to watch, and it's good that the Caribbean has representation in it. I remind you that the Caribbean, only 3 Caribbean nations have won medals in this 400 meters hurdles final. Jamaica did it with Winthrop Graham and Danny McFarlane, a pair of silvers for Jamaica. The Dominican Republic did as well win 2 gold, striking gold twice with Felix Sanchez in 3 Olympics, 2 gold medals in 3 Olympic Games for Felix Sanchez in the 400 meters hurdles, and then the Puerto Rican Javier Colson coming up with a bronze. So 3 Caribbean countries getting on the podium in the 400 meters hurdles. The BVI looking to get there as well with the man Kieran McMaster, 24 years old, a lot of responsibility on his strong shoulders. Anil, I'm coming right across to you because this Benjamin Warholm rivalry is absolutely intriguing considering they are the only 2 sub-47 men in this lineup. So they are catching pigeons. The rest of the field is fast, but these 2 are just a little faster. How do you see this head-to-head?
Well, yes, they are a little faster, but this is the deepest Olympic hurdles final in the last 40 years. From lane 3 to lane 8. Don't count out Tunisian Capella. That Dos Santos looks to me right now, because the race is happening right now, he looks to be quite good, just as good as Rai Benjamin, the Antiguan by way of USA. Warholm looks a little bit, let me tell you, we're talking minuscule differences and note. Warholm is a warrior. He loves to go out. He loves to take it and show you, listen, if you're willing to take pain like me, then you could race me. He doesn't hold back. Unfortunately for him, this is the first time I'm seeing him in an international final in the middle. He likes to be out in lane 7, 8, 9, where he can go because he doesn't care who's coming. He's going all out from the start. So Warholm with Rai Benjamin on his inside, that's not a good place for Warholm because Benjamin has the stride. He has the class. He's like the male Miller Weebo doing hurdles. So that's not good for Warholm. The Brazilian, Alison Dos Santos looks to be the most complete hurdler. It's gone up the days of hurdles where Edwin Moses can win 110 times undefeated, or J. Hugh Gordon from Trinidad and Tobago can come and blast it out, or Clemens, who was Trinbagonian and by way of USA. This is a deep field. This is not the men's 100 meters. This 400 meters is a class field. This Antiguan, Winston Benjamin used to pelt ball and bounce ball to bust man head. This guy is going to bust the head with some licks. He looks comfortable. He's being comfortable. His stride is brilliant. His count and his pace count as he accelerates over the hurdles is immaculate. This race is going to be a phenomenal one. Excited to see it.
From the semifinal that we just saw, where both of them went head-to-head, Rai Benjamin and Warholm from Norway, who do you think finished with more in the tank?
Clearly, go back and show it, producer. Rai Benjamin shut down with about 40 meters to go. Warholm is a warrior, and sometimes your warriors don't like to lose, even if it is intelligent. In 2004, George Bovell had an injury on his shoulder in the semi-final. I told him, take it out to 150, shut it down, and come second in the semi-final. Let Laszlo Set of Hungary beat you. I had to tell him that 14 times between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. because he kept coming to me and saying, but coach, no man, I could beat him. I want to show him. I want to prove to him that I am the man. And I had to look at him and say, George, no medals are handing out tonight. You are the man. Wait till tomorrow night.
Hear you on that. Aileen, these two, Warholm and Rai Benjamin, plus the BV Islander, Karen McMaster, plus Capello, plus Dos Santos. It is an absolute stacked field, plus the Qatari, Rahman as well.
Oh, yeah, it's... For now, Benjamin looks really good. So I'm going to have him winning with the world record because he's going to go harder later today. And then, but then again, Santos is like a finisher.
Yes.
So he's kind of scaring me a little bit because those two are going to be like stressing each other out, and he's going to be like, okay, cool, you set the pace for me, I'll just do what I do best. And Matt Masters, he's a trailer too, so he likes having people to pick people off as he goes. So yeah, it's kind of hard to predict. Everybody has to go below hit their personal best in this race to get a medal.
But if the personal bests are hit, the Norwegian wins because he's the world record holder.
Yeah, but Benjamin has more because at USA when he ran close to the world record, then he was just chilling and he didn't have anyone pushing him. So I feel that. But then he had his Caribbean roots. Like, you're from the Caribbean, you're a fighter. You're even better fighter than Warholm. So he's definitely gonna go out and represent. And you know, there've been doubt that he's gonna underperform. So he's gonna try to prove to everybody that he's definitely can do it.
Pauline, here comes the man in blue, Kyron McMaster, in his semifinal, the BV Islander. Does he have enough to beat the? I'm almost tempted to say two principals, but there are about four others apart from him who have big claims to this gold medal. But here he is winning his semifinal. Do you fancy his chances of getting a medal?
I think he's got a very good chance of getting a medal. I mean, he shut down the last 2 or 3 hurdles. He started to shut down, and before he got to the finishing line, I truly believe that he stand a great chance to put his country on the map and win a medal. In terms of McMaster, he looks good himself also. I'm thinking it might be between him and the world record holder.
Let me get you again. So Rai Benjamin, the Antiguan American,
yes.
Warholm, the Norwegian, and you're putting McMaster in there as well for the other medal.
Yes, those are my 3 persons.
Very well. All right.
For the gold, silver, and bronze.
And bronze. And then I didn't hear you call the medals, though. Just call the medals for me based on your calculations.
My brother, I didn't call them because you can't call them, because this race It a 5-man could win. McMaster could win. Santos could win. Don't write off Samba. Right? Benjamin is the favorite. I think that Warham will try too hard and may fall out of the medals. Who's going to take those medals? McMaster could be. Dos Santos could be. It could be Capello. So I'm not calling this one. This one just sweet too bad.
Yeah, from lanes 3 to 8, absolute dynamite in that part of the field. The men in lane 2 and lane 9 not getting much play at the moment. But yeah, about 5 or 6 men with legitimate claims to winning medals in this 400 meters hurdles final for men. The good thing, the Caribbean has a presence, a strong presence at that. Karen McMaster has the wheels to get on that medal podium. Which color is it? That's the question. Back with more on the Tokyo Prime evening show after these.